All right, we are recording. So first of all, like I said, thank y'all so much for hopping on. Today I wanted to kind of go over a few things to really set us up for like the week and talk about some stuff that I have seen in our chats and things like that that I think are that we need to kind of work on, and things that I feel like that we could really come together as a community and as a team, because that's really what we are, is we're a community, to work on this and to do things that really help each other out. So I wanted to go through the things that I think a leader and really anybody that just wants to put out good juju and be a good person and that kind of thing should do whenever you're joining in these team chats and you've been added and that kind of thing. That way all of us are like participating and all of us are feeling like we're getting everything that we need out, you know what I mean? And we're utilizing those groups as an asset, really, because that's what they are. We have so many different ways of communication now, just in everyday life in general. I feel like we are communication out, and I feel like a lot of times that leads to disconnect. And I know that that sounds really, really crazy, but it's the truth. I feel like we have Messenger, we have text messages, we have FaceTime, we have this, we have everything, our Facebook timelines, all this stuff that's communication. And so I want to kind of like take today to talk about the communications that we use with each other versus us adding value and things like that into our timelines and stuff like that. We'll cover, some of that stuff another day, and that's kind of like an ongoing subject. But I wanted to really focus today on how we speak to each other and how participation really helps get those teams on board, okay? And how participation really helps, especially whenever you have a larger team. It helps you feel like you're doing something, if that makes sense. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but like leaders get discouraged too, okay? People that have numerous people on their team, people that have come and gone, people that are still here, all those kind of things. No matter where you're at in your business, whether it be you're rocking and rolling and you're, about to hit rank and all of these good things, or you feel like maybe you need a little bit of extra help and you need that little bit of, babying a little bit. That's okay. That's what we're here for. We're definitely not babysitters. We want to be those leaders that really encourage you to do your best, and we want to be the people that you run to when there is an issue, but we also want to help you learn how to solve your own issues, if that makes sense. And this goes for me too. I've had to really learn how to like solve a lot of my issues based on, because whenever I was coming up into this, Amy was super, super busy. April was super, super busy. Everybody was super, super busy. And so we had to troubleshoot a lot, but I want to talk about how a clear communication of what you want in this business and a clear communication of what you want, and how you see this going with your team is so important. So for me, I feel like whenever we have like the utmost best volume, the best sales, the best mindset, all around just totally the best with our teams and with ourselves, is whenever we're all not necessarily like all on the same page, but we're all kind of working towards a common goal, okay? And that goal doesn't have to be money related, and our action steps today are not going to be money or sales related. They're going to be participation and really just being compassionate towards each other and actually feeling like we're part of a community. Because I feel like whenever you get so big and things like that, you can kind of have a tendency to lose that. You can have a tendency to feel like you're stretched, okay? And we don't want anybody to feel stretched. We want it to be a layered leadership type situation. And everybody that's on this call right now, I'm looking at a lot of the names, they are people that I consider leaders, and I consider to be people of a great standing integrity wise. And I feel like we can really do so much more to help each other that it won't feel like one person is carrying the weight on their back. Okay. Because that's not how this business is supposed to feel. I don't know if y'all realize that or not, but we're all one team, one dream. You know what I mean? Like, we're not, just because you does not make me money doesn't mean that if she called me right now and needed help that I wouldn't help her. Same with anybody else. You know, I'm always that person that's going to be a go give person, and I feel like we should all be that way. So kind of like relaying that into what I'm talking about, you know, these rank it up groups, Team Fearless, whatever groups you're in, everybody kind of has their own little thing going. Whenever something is posted either in Team Audacious, the group page, sales wise or event wise or Zooms and things like that, be sure that you're relaying that to your team. It is not my responsibility to do that. It is not April's responsibility to do that. It's not Amy's responsibility to do that. It's not, you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that each individual person on your team is getting the information that they need from you. That's why they chose to sign up with you. They didn't choose to sign up with me because they related to me. They related to you, and they loved you, and they trusted you. So make sure that you're kind of like layering that information, you're layering leadership, and you are taking accountability for your team in the way that you want to run it. Okay. There's no certain way that you have to do that. All I'm saying is make sure they get that information. Let's just say, just like the 50% stimulus thing. I had people that were under my team, but they're not necessarily like super plugged into the group that I have, be like, I didn't even see that. I'm like, yeah, I know, because you're not plugged in. You're not going in and taking accountability for what you say that you want in this business. Okay. So if you have groups muted, I know that it can be super overwhelming when you have like 18 different groups going off all throughout the day, especially if you're working or anything like that. I get that. I have certain groups muted, and I just go back, you know, every couple of days and kind of go through there. But the ones that I really focus on are the ones that I have my notifications turned on for. Okay. The ones that I feel like help me and help my team are the ones that I have my notifications turned on for. If you're not feeling like, you know, you relate to people in that group, or those are people that you want to do business with, as far as like, you know, running partners and stuff like that, mute the group. That's fine. I totally get that. But you want to make sure that you have your notifications turned on and that you're keeping up with what's going on with this company, because things are changing daily. Contests are happening daily. It's kind of like a lack of action and following through that is keeping people from taking you serious as a leader and as a person. You know, even like on your timeline, that kind of relays into that. You want to be that person that shows up for the meeting. You want to be that person that shows up, you know, even when things are going crazy. My life is nuts right now. My kids are starting homeschool. My husband is still working. I mean, we're trying to buy a house. There's all kind of stuff happening. The wheels are turning in my life, but I'm showing up every single day because I want this. And I want people to know that whenever Katie says that she shows up, I show up. And I'm not talking about just showing up and kind of giving halfway effort 99.999% of the time, but showing up and doing the work and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Does that mean that I expect you to be on every single Zoom meeting, every single local, whenever we're able to see each other again, every single everything? No, life happens. But I also expect you to put in the work for what you want to do. If this is important to you, as far as you're wanting to make this a full-time gig, you're wanting to make this a full-time situation, or even if you're dedicated to making a certain amount of money a week or a certain amount of money a month, or you have a certain goal that you want to go for, we need to know that. We need clear communication on where you're wanting to go so that we know how to help you. Because this is my thinking. If you tell me you want to make $2,000 a week and stay home with your kids, and that would pay your bills and you would live very comfortably doing that, I'm going to push you to a certain level of activity that is going to get that. I'm going to push you to a certain level of IPAs that is going to get that. I'm going to push you into a certain amount of self-development that is going to get that. But if you tell me that you want $2,000 every single week and you don't want to do any work, I can't help you do that. I can't help you not show up. I can't help you, if you have a lack of action and following through and what you're supposed to be doing, I can't outwork that, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not able to show up at your house and knock on your door and say, are you doing your IPAs? Are you following up with your people? Are you asking them how they feel? I can't do that every single day, because I also run my own business, and same with all the rest of these people. And same whenever you become a leader and you have more people on your team, you want to make sure that you're teaching them those things to do what they're supposed to do, so that you don't have to babysit people. And the only way that you learn how to do that is if you plug into meetings like these, and things where we're working together, and you ask questions and you participate in the group, and you do those things. You can't have a $1 million dream with a minimum wage work ethic. That's not how it works. Whenever I've made the most money in this business, was it hard? Yes. Was it strenuous? Yes. Would it have been had I not given up on myself and shut down and gone into management mode? No, because I would have been teaching those things. But see, that's the thing about this business. You can totally mess it up. You can totally mess it up. But the good news is that you work for yourself. And so if you have to fire yourself one day and then come back the next day and rehire yourself and get your crap together, that's totally okay. Because we have that ability. We have the opportunity to fire and hire ourselves. If you don't like the way that your attitude is that day, you need to fire yourself on that Monday. Go do some work, as far as like your in between your ears work, and then show back up on Tuesday hired with a new mindset. Okay? You need to get your crap together. I feel like people take you serious whenever you have a really clear communication line. So you just have to be very honest with yourself. How much work am I willing to put into this? Needs to be one of your questions. How much time am I willing to put into this? Because you don't just show up and become a millionaire. You don't just show up and start making money. You have to put time into it. And how much am I willing, not necessarily to like give up or whatever, but of course, Netflix and chill is not going to be all dang day every day. You have to show up and you have to move your body. You have to take your vitamins correctly. You have to show up every single day and do what you're supposed to do. And not one person can go and show up at your house and discipline you enough to do that. It's going to be all a mindset thing where you take it upon yourself to show the hell up and do what you're supposed to do, because you know what you're supposed to be doing. And I feel like whenever we start participating with each other, that community, is a lot of why we stay. Let's be real. When things are not going super, super hot in our business, you stay for the love of the people. You don't stay because the money's there, because if the money's not there, that's not why you're staying. You're staying because you love the people that you're with, you're working with, that you're doing life with. You love the way that the product has affected the people in your life. And you love the way that the money has affected the people in your life. Okay, so it's not necessarily about what's going on in your business that makes you stay a lot of times. It's the loyalty to how the people that you've been in contact with and you've built these relationships with in this business, that's what it's about. And so I feel like whenever our community is stronger, we work harder for each other. Okay, and that's not necessarily on a money scale. That's on a, oh my gosh, me and Amy are going after this 80K bonus or whatever we're going for. And I know that her family would benefit so amazing from this too. Let's do this together. That's, oh my gosh, my friend Sarita wants to make $5,000 a week. I know that would be bomb for her. How are we going to work that out? Let's make it happen. You work harder for the people than you ever will for the money. You work harder for the freedom than you ever will the money. You work harder for the peace of mind than you ever will that money. If you're not super seriously connected right now It's because you haven't gotten serious about what you want. If you're not super connected right now, it's because you haven't decided what your why is. If you're not hungry right now, you have not plugged in enough, period. And that's not something that anybody can do for you. You have to make a decision, a conscious effort every single day to show up and do what you're supposed to do. You have to make a conscious decision every single day to show up and say, you know what? I sucked last week. I didn't show up for one Zoom this morning, like one team huddle. I didn't show up and listen to any stories. I didn't comment in the groups. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. But this week is a new week. This is Monday. And I don't know about y'all, but I have a love for Mondays that are just, I don't know how to explain it. I know it sounds really silly because it's just a day and we're all at home right now, and for the most part, but I feel like Monday is just like Happy New Year to me every single week. I really do. Every Sunday night, I'm like, oh, tomorrow's Monday. Like, I don't get upset about Mondays anymore. I don't, because to me, I feel like Monday is just like, you know, you're on Saturday and you're like, you know what, Monday, I'm getting serious. Monday, I'm going to do 30 minutes on my treadmill. Monday, I'm going to do 30 minutes on my bike. Monday, I am waking up. I'm taking some balance. I'm taking some restore. Like, I'm doing my crap. I'm doing this. And I'm going to be like skinny by Friday because that's how that's going to work. So, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Mondays are that thing where it's like a reset. And if you're not resetting yourself mindset wise on Monday, we need to talk about that, because this is the perfect opportunity to grab and growl. Okay. This business is very grab and growl. And I don't mean that it's super competitive. Like, I'm not trying to compete with April for her customers. What I'm talking about is it's competitive with yourself. If you didn't do what you wanted to do last week, if you didn't talk to enough people, or, you know, if you didn't build enough relationships, or if you didn't work on yourself enough last week, that's okay. This is a brand new squeaky clean week. Yes, things are crazy right now. Everybody is starting like homeschool. Everybody's ready to pull their hair out. But don't you see, if you're ready to pull your hair out and you have on like 5 Black Label, like what I do, then guess what the mom with no Black Label is wanting to do to herself? Like, you know what I'm saying? She's ready to like jump off of a cliff. Okay. And that would be me, because I'm not a teacher and I love my kids, but they drive me crazy. And, you know, yeah, Luke just laughed like, yeah, duh. But I mean, seriously, you have to think about it. Like, if we are struggling with what we have going on, think about the people that are not in the good mindset that we are, that are not, that don't have the people, you know what I'm saying? Like this right here. I don't know if y'all know this, but this has been my saving grace over the past week. Tomorrow will be 1 full week that we've done this. First of all, I'm proud. Okay. I'm so proud, because I struggle with consistency. Not because I don't want to be consistent, but because life happens and, you know, I forget about it or whatever. I'm scatterbrained. I got 18 tabs open. But I feel like I'm super proud of us for showing up, and these numbers keep growing. Can y'all imagine, like, if our numbers, it started out with like 3 people on here, 4 people. And we've already got like, I have 8 right here on this first screen, and I haven't even scrolled over. If it will scroll over, I don't know if there's more people. So, I mean, like, I feel like it's a huge, huge deal that we're continuing to grow. Can you imagine what this is going to look like in a month? In 6 months? In a year? We're going to be looking like Courtney Glazer and them, like, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You know what I mean? Like, that's my goal. It's not so much about the money. It's about the people. This is a community, and this is important to me. This is important to me. And so I'm going to continue to show up. We might have to reschedule time sometimes. We might have to show up ugly. We might have to show up broken and sad and pissed off that we didn't do something right or whatever. That's okay. That's what this is for. That's what this is for. So we can pour into each other, and we can hash it out, because everything is workoutable. Okay, everything. We can work it out. And so I want you to get comfortable with this setup, but I don't want you to get comfortable in your business. Okay, because comfort can be very, in your business, it can be very ego driven. It can be very easy to do. It can be very sit back, prop your feet up. It's management time. I have 4 people working their butts off on my team. I don't have to do anything. I've done it. Okay, I'm no better than nobody else. I've done it. I've been in the management mode before. But let me tell you, it does not remain a team effort if you're not part of your own damn team. And if you don't have one person as your person on your team, you're your team. We're your team. If you're not showing up for yourself and for us, then what are you doing? Why are you a part of a team if you don't want to be a team player? We all have a specific job. We all have a specific gift in this, okay? Like my gift is something completely different from April and Amy's. Does that make one person more important than each other? No, it doesn't. It just means that we all have a certain gift that we work with, and we all work best doing that. That means that if you haven't found your gift, you need to reach out to somebody and be like, hey, what's my gift? I need to know so I can hone in on this. Because that was something that I didn't know what my gifts were. And April was like, holy shit, you can write. Like, holy crap, you can motivate people. Amy was like, did you just say that and get away with it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the kind of stuff that literally honed in on my gifts and helped me build that as a person, as a leader, just overall in my life. I'm good at that. Does that mean that you can't be good at the same thing I'm good at? No, but it means that you need to decide what you are good at and you need to work on it, because those are the things that not only are they going to help you build a team, they're going to help you be relatable to other people. They're going to help you hone in and show people that you can take that one gift. You can be a complete mess and have like one little thing that you're okay at and really make it work for you. Okay, that's something that I want y'all to really, if you don't know what your gift is, reach out to either your sponsor or your running partner or your friend on here and be like, what's my gift? I need to know. I need to know. And we can even do it in the group because I really like that. That's going to be one of our action steps today. Tell somebody what their gift is. I feel like that's a community trust building exercise. Like, let's, whenever on TV, like people fall back into other people's arms, we're going to play a Mean Girls moment. If you haven't watched Mean Girls, go to Mean Girls and watch it. But we're going to let everybody fall back into our arms. That's what we're going to do. So that's our one thing for today. One of our little action steps. The other action step, what I want, part of that is participation. I want everybody to start chiming in. Do you know how discouraging it is as a leader to post something in a group and literally everybody look at it and you can see that everybody looks at it and not anybody say a damn word? Do you know how terrible that is? Do you know how bad? Like, that makes me, I'm like, did you just open it? Or did your dog open it? Or did I say something dumb? Like, not necessarily that it hurts my feelings. It doesn't hurt my feelings because I saw that you saw it, but you're being unclear. Okay. You can't say you want one thing and then not show up to do it. It's kind of like whenever you go to the family reunion and everybody's supposed to bring a dish, but Sandy didn't bring their dish like 5 years in a row. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you're looking at her like, why are you here? You didn't bring your dish. Like, you didn't bring your food. Where's your food? I brought my food. They brought their food. Where's yours? You can't say anything. You didn't bring no paper plates either. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what this is like. April's dying. But she knows it's true because that's me. Like, whenever I show up and I'm like, how come I bought all these ribs and ain't nobody brought nothing? Why he show up and eat 12 of my ribs? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about it. And it's not that you don't want them to have it. It's just that it's like, participate, contribute. We're all in this together. This is a team effort. If you want a team, we have to build it. If you want a community, you have to be a part of it. If you want to be a part of something, we have to work together. And so people will start taking you serious whenever you ask for help, whenever you want advice, whenever you need this or need that, because that's something that's hard sometimes. Like, not that we don't want to help everybody, but whenever we're posting in the group and we're getting crickets and then you're messaging me privately asking me 99 questions, that's hard for me. That's hard for me. I have to really take it to God, because I have to tell y'all, not that it doesn't make me mad or discourage me from helping that person anyway. It just really, I'm like, why are you not utilizing one of the things that is so bomb about this business? Because that's what this is all about. It's a team effort. It's a team action. Like, if we're doing bad, it's because we're all doing bad. It's not because one person's doing wonderful and you're just doing bad. We're all doing bad. Like, let's fix it. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't feel like you can go to the group, we need to fix that. Tell us why. If you don't feel like you're getting the help that you need, we need to fix that. Tell us why. There has to be an open line of communication. It has to be a hotline. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you're okay missing the Zooms, if you're okay missing the lives, if you're okay not showing up and dialing into the calls, if you're not wanting to be a part of this, I have a problem with that. I'm not saying you gotta be on every single one, but it don't hit me right, y'all. It don't hit me right. It hurt. I lay awake at night like, why did this person not show up? Like, that is not a joke. And it's not because I don't know that you have stuff going on in your life. I know everybody does. It's not because I'm insensitive to things going on in your life. It's just because I'm like, why are you telling me that you want this outcome and you are not doing what you know you're supposed to be doing? How can I fix that? I'm a fixer, in case you haven't realized. I'm that problem solver person. I've said this before on other things. You have about 3 times to come to me griping. Once, I'm going to let you gripe and process what you're going through. 2, I'm going to be like, you know what? You're probably right. That we need to figure out what's going on here. We need to pinpoint the problem. 3, I've had enough of your crap and I'm ready to make a solution. And it's not that I'm not sensitive to your problem. It's not that I don't know what you're going through, but I just feel like everybody goes through crap and there's always a way around it. There's always a solution to a problem. There is no such thing as an end all be all problem. You can't figure it out. It's all figure outable. And I'm just not that person to sit around and mope in it. And not that I don't think that some situations are worse than others. It's just, I feel like it's all figure outable. So we either need to find a solution and stop griping about it, or we need to take some time and be like, I need to heal from this, and then we'll figure it out about it. You know what I mean? I don't believe in it being an end all be all to what you're doing. And whenever you're disconnected from everything that's going on, whenever we literally have our phones in our stupid hands every single day of our lives, sitting on the toilet, brushing your teeth, blow drying your hair, your phone is in your hand. Your phone is sitting on your bathroom counter. Your phone is looking at you in your face while you mix your shake in the morning. Your phone is everywhere. I feel like whenever we have so many tools to make this work, there's no damn reason. There's no excuse. It's just dumb to me. I'm just going to call it what it is. To me, in my head, I'm like, that's stupid. That's stupid to sit there and not know that you have a community of badass people behind you that would do anything for you. It's like having a tree that you need chopped down and you have like a chainsaw, axe, everything you could possibly ever want, a mulcher, whatever you want, it's in your backyard, but and all the strength in your body to do it, but you literally just go and look at the tree all day. Like, okay. It's just I'm looking at the chat too, y'all. I just feel like we miss out on so much because we are so disconnected. And I feel like if we're disconnected, then we're not invested enough. We're not ready for that yet. And I feel like you're never going to level up with this business, with your team, with your customers, with the trust situation, any of it, I feel like your team's not going to follow you to nowhere. And I feel like they watch every single move that we do as far as participating in the groups and showing up and things like that. They watch everything. And they might not even really think that they do, but like they're watching everything. They're like, Katie didn't even comment on that. Katie didn't even like go to the Zoom. Katie didn't even like dial in and say that she was on the call. Katie didn't do that. And I mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be every single one of them, but whenever they notice you slacking all day, every day, and 24/7, 365, all that good stuff, you're never going to have them follow you anywhere because you're not leading them anywhere. You're not showing up and being an example. And I feel like that's very fake. I feel like that's very not authentic to what you promised them in the beginning. I feel like whenever somebody's on your team, they expect you to be a team player and they expect you to show up and be there for your team. And I feel like disconnection is fatal. It's fatal. It's fatal to your team. It's fatal to your business. If you're not providing value for people and you're not showing up and showing that you want this, they're not going to know that you want this. And they're like, well, if she brought me in here and told me that this was so wonderful and I'm on her team now and I bought all this product and I love the product and I feel good, but like, this is nothing like what I was told this was going to be. There's nobody helping me. There's nothing this, there's nothing that. And I mean, that's a lack of vision for where you want to go with your business, because let's be real, you're not going anywhere without somebody on your side. Nowhere. Not, I mean, just on the business aspect of it. You're not going to go anywhere if people don't trust you to buy the product. You're not going to go anywhere if they don't trust you to sign up and be on your team. But if you can't provide them with what you promised them, you can't really be mad whenever they don't show up and do what they're supposed to do, because you're not showing up and doing what you're supposed to do. You can't show up with a manager mentality to be like, I'm going to clock out for a little while, guys. Make sure all this shit gets done. See y'all tomorrow. That's not how it works. You have to literally go through and provide the example. It's kind of like with kids. You know, like they're going to do exactly what you do. And if you're not showing them something that is worth doing, why they won't do that? If you don't show them the way to do it and then actually follow through and be there for them and help them and do what you're supposed to do as a leader, they're not going to be leaders either. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that is like my worst nightmare come to life, is that my kid would be that kid that jumped off the bridge because their friend told them so. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want my kids to be like obnoxiously leaders. Like, I want them to be like, no, that's not for me, on anything that they don't want to do. And anything that doesn't resonate with them, you know what I mean? I want them to like just shut it down, like no questions, no stop it, go, no, none of that. They just automatically, no, I don't want to do that. That's not for me. That's how much I want my kids to be leaders. And that's something that we have to do as leaders, is shut things down that don't necessarily feed us in a way that's good, and also lift things up that are. So these groups are something that we have been we're blessed, super blessed. There's a lot of people in our groups, a lot. Like, I don't even like that many people most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, in real life, like, other than my Thrive friends, let's be real, I can count like 4 people that I might like. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like we have so many people that are on our teams that are in these groups that they are very like-minded. They showed up for something at one time, and maybe they've lost that little bit of vision, and that's okay. That we can get them back if they want to come back. They can decide that they want to do this again, just like we do. They can restart. So we're not giving up on nobody, but at the same time, pick up your crap and run across the road. There's flattened squirrels everywhere. Sometimes you just got to pick it up and go. And that's where we are right now. We're like, okay, we don't know what we're doing, but we're going to show up and do it. Like, we don't know what's going on, but we're going to show up and do it. We don't know how to do team huddles. We don't know really how to figure out Zoom. We don't know how to work this homeschooling crap and life in general. We don't know how to do all that, but we're showing up every day to do it. Show up every single day to this like your life depends on it, because it could be that thing that takes your life somewhere totally different than you ever imagined. It could be that vehicle that leads you to what you never thought was possible, because that's what this was for me. I never thought this was possible. If you'd have told me 5 years ago, because I'm coming up on my 5th year, if you'd have told me 5 years ago that I would have made the kind of money that I've made, felt the way that I've felt, lost the weight that I've lost, been able to go the places that I've gone, and overall just be able to live life on my terms like I have been for the past 5 years, I can't even begin to make y'all understand how unobtainable that would have looked to me. How silly that would have looked to me. Because as we get older, as adults, you quit dreaming, you start just living. And I say living very, very loosely, because if you think living paycheck to paycheck in some shithole that you don't even want to live in, driving something you don't feel good about driving that has no AC and a bump on every corner like what I was, just barely creeping by, that's not living. That's surviving. They talk about, I was surviving, now I'm thriving. That's not a ha-ha. That's a serious thing, because that was me. Like, I literally woke up every single day ready to go back to bed. And this is something that we are taking for granted, because a lot of times I wanted to give up on myself that my friends, my team would not let me. Your dreams are attached to so many others' dreams. Okay, I read a book about this one time, and I don't remember exactly what book it was, but if you don't do what you're called to do, who else won't? If you don't do that thing that is your gift, who else do you think will not do what they're called to do because you didn't inspire them to do that? Humans in all are very connected individuals. Like, we like to talk about being independent, not needing nobody, and being introverted, but I'm not saying that there aren't some people that are very introverted. I'm an extrovert introvert. I love this, but I don't like huge groups of people and people being all over me and that kind of thing. I don't like that. But I still need my people that relate to me and that resonate with me and that put their energy into me that is good. And same with me and them. I feel like all humans need each other in general. That's what we were created for, period. We were created for that. I feel like we've gotten away from that and glorified being independently introverted. I hate people, blah, 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 blah. Why do you think people come up with teams? Why do you think people come up with marriage? Why do you think people come up with, having little families and living together and all of that good stuff? Like, do you think that it just kind of was like, oh, this is how this is going to work? No. Like, you need people around you, surrounding you, that love you and that have that energy to pour into you. That's like a good, positive thing. There are toxic people, but you don't have to be in their circle. You can choose that. That's something that you can fix. But whenever it comes down to it, look at those groups and those people that are in those. Those are all people that they're really like our family. We've gone through some of the hardest times together. I don't know if y'all have noticed that. Some of the hardest times. I can look at this screen right now and read the names, and I know a lot of the stories. I might not have been sitting right next to you when it happened, but we've been through a lot of shit. Like a lot of life. Ups, downs, good stuff, bad stuff. we've been through a lot. And I feel like whenever you have that kind of bond, like, this is an unbreakable thing. If LaQuanda quit today, I'd still love her liver. I'd love her to death. You know what I'm saying? Same with April. If April was like, you know what, this just ain't for me, I'd still be like, okay, well, you're still my best friend. Suck it up. You gotta come back, but suck it up. And you know what I mean? Like, that's how it would work. But we've literally been through so much together that it would be stupid not to enhance this. We have an unbreakable bond. So much stuff. And I just feel like those team feeds and groups and those messages are just being so, like, slept on. They're being slept on. I feel like it's a very, it's kind of like, this is like being on Zoom with my family. You know, like, I'm like, I can't see you right now because we're all quarantined, but I can see you through Zoom, and that does make my day feel better. Because I feel like if I don't see y'all every day, it's a problem for me. And if you're okay missing those Zooms and stuff, that bothers me. It's kind of like having a family member pissed off at you. I'm going to need y'all to get your crap together and get on this daggum Zoom with me. I miss you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a problem. And so I want y'all to spread that same kind of mentality with the people that you think need to be here. You know, people that have the same mentality that, you know, that we do, that are doing this product, that signed up to be a promoter, that got super excited to begin with, and then they kind of just like, you know what I mean? It was kind of like just a splat that fell on the floor, airplane wise. You know, it just, you don't want to do that. You want somebody that needs this as much as we need it. Because those are the people they're going to work for. Because like I said, you work for the people. You do what you do for the people. The money is a bonus. And yeah, we all need money. Money makes the world go round. But, and I hate that we live in that reality, but we do. It's an exchange. It's all energy. It's all of these things that it's just the way that it is. But why wouldn't you want to make money with people that are your family? With people that show up for you, you know what I'm saying, when you have a flat tire, or, you know, and I don't know about y'all, but I've had a lot of flat tires in this business. I've had a lot of flat tires in this business. I look up and I'm like, I'm not just with a flat tire. I have like a flat tire, a scraped up rim. I'm on the interstate. There's a semi truck coming for me. I need somebody to pull me off the road. Like, there's a train coming. Like, this is a problem. And you know, y'all are the people that have pulled me out of that. Y'all are the people that did that. Nobody else did that for me. I love my husband to death, but he don't know what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't know what to say. He's like, you got this. And I'm like, that helped me not at all. That helped me zilch. And so, like, you know, there are certain people that come into your life that they know how to talk to you because they know what you're hungry for. They know how to talk to you, and they know what to do for you, and they know what to say to you, and they know how to help you because they know what your ultimate goal is. They're not saying get off your butt and do something because they're trying to be ugly to you and cut you down. They're saying get off your butt and do something because you told me you want to put your kid through college debt free. You told me you wanted to put food in that refrigerator this week. You told me that all the bills were piling up and you didn't know what you were doing. You didn't know what was going on. You didn't know how you was going to pay it. You didn't know if they was going to come get your car or not. You told me that crap. So now we have something we have to do. That's why we do this. We don't do this because it's just money, money, money. We do this because we're professional problem solvers. You tell me you have a problem, I'm going to say, how we going to fix it? What you want to do? How we going to show up today? What you need from me is what I'm going to ask. 9 times out of 10, if you text me or message me and you're like, I have this problem, this is how I want to fix it, aka I need to make this amount of money, or this, doing this, I need to talk to this many people, I'm going to say, how are we going to do that? What you need from me? How can I help? Tell me what to do for you. And I feel like sometimes people, because we don't experience that in everyday life with our other relationships, I almost feel like that turns people off sometimes. Like they're like, did they just act? You asked me what I needed? We're so used to fixing everybody else's crap that we get intimidated when somebody is like, okay, let's do it. What do you want to do? Tell me what you want. We have to stop shutting each other down like that. That's a vulnerable moment for both parties. That's your friend, your running partner, your leader, whoever it is, has humbled themselves and been like, I'm taking my time. I'm taking my resources. Tell me what you want to do. And that's also that person that is needing help saying, I need help. Tell me what to do. You can brainstorm. More flowers grow out of that right there, because that's some crap. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you have a crap situation, I don't know about y'all, but that's the best fertilizer. And on that same note, every single person brings a certain thing to that little garden. Okay. So like, somebody brought the crap, we got fertilizer. Now we need seeds, we need dirt, and we need water. You have to be able to put in your part in that little garden to make it work. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you have a why, a hunger for what you're going for, what you want your life to look like, you're going to have some crap to fertilize it with. Because I don't know one person on this planet that's ever been successful that didn't have crap to go on top of it. Period. Every book I've ever read about a successful person, they had to overcome some messed up stuff. They had to overcome some disconnections. They had to overcome some situations that they either put themselves in or somebody that they loved put them in, or they had some stuff happen to them, no matter what it was. You have the seeds. You've got the dirt. The situation that you're going through that's stopping you is just the crap on top of it to fertilize it. We have each other. We can start watering. Whenever you're pouring into somebody else, I've never had my can go empty, because there were always people watering me too. Whenever you really mean it and you're really intentional and you really come from a place of wanting to help other people, you will never run dry. It's only whenever we start operating from fear of lacking that water, so we start holding on to it. Have y'all ever been, I don't know if y'all garden or not. I'm not super gardening, but I did take horticulture for a year. And I will tell you that if you leave water in a can in this heat down here, it will be gone by 12 o'clock today. It will evaporate out. It will be gone. There won't be no water. If you hold on to all those things that you're trying to, because you operate in that fear, that lack mentality, you're not going to have it anyway. But if you're constantly pouring into other people and those people are pouring back into you, and it's just this happy little circle that we're in, because it can be that way. It's a constant flow. We're constantly good. Ain't nobody mad. Ain't nobody upset. And if they do get that way, we fix it. And it's just this constant little thing. It can be that way, because you take the you out of it and you start working together as a team, and you start participating, and you start being connected, because like I said, we humans need connection, and you just constantly go into that. It's an ongoing circle. I feel like whenever we were the most connected, that's whenever we grew the most. That's whenever we started talking to more people. That's whenever we weren't scared to talk to other people, because we were so hyped up on what we were saying to each other that we didn't care. We didn't care what other people thought. We were like, April told me that I was bomb. I don't give a crap what you said. And we just went on with it. It didn't hurt our feelings. It didn't make us mad. It didn't discourage us. It didn't do any of that stuff, because we were so secure as a team and together that it just flowed. We were just like, this is how this is going to be. We don't care. And if you don't want to be a part of that bubble, that's fine. This might not be for you. If you're not a happy person and we're not doing all that, then no, you don't need to be a part of our bubble. Do I think that happy people can go through crap? Yes, but you can continue to be happy through the mess. You can continue to be conscious of how you allow your emotions to run you, and you can make different choices. You can make different choices. You don't have to wallow in anything. You don't have to sit in anything. That's not what this is all about. We're working what's going on between our ears. We're working on each other. We're calling each other on our crap because we love each other and we're a family, and that's what family does. I don't know if y'all are like my family where we have powwows. We're like, look, I'm not particularly fond of how you've been acting lately, and we're going to have a powwow about it. So I'm going to need you to be at my house at 7 o'clock. And that's whenever I know stuff's about to get real. I might not like everything my mama says, but I mean, we're going to have a powwow. We're going to hash it out. So it just is it's a constant reality check. Whenever you have this many people on your team, you learn so much stuff about yourself that you didn't know because you have a lot of eyeballs on you. Like a lot of eyeballs. And that's intimidating. I get where that can be intimidating. But you want to be really secure in that. Like, let me see these comments because I'm popping up. Hang on. Can't expect someone very smothered and not giving them every resource you had. Exactly, Sarita. Yes. Yeah, Heidi said acknowledgement feels like an attack when you're not ready to recognize where your weaknesses are. That is so, so true. Whenever it can, like, approaches everything. And I'm kind of a blunt person, so I've had to work on my approach on a lot of things because I can tend to come off as a harsh, no bull crap kind of person and really hurt feelings. And I know that about myself. So sometimes I have to tiptoe a little bit, but it's not an attack if it's coming from love. And we're not talking about like toxic stuff where people are like, yeah, this, and this, and you know, they're just like cutting you down all the time. We're not talking about that. What I'm saying is like, whenever you see somebody with something stinky going on about them, and you know that that's not typically them, or you know that they're working on themselves, you can call it to their attention without being a jerk. But at the same time, you still want to call it to their attention, especially if you know that they're on this journey of trying to be different and work things out and change their attitude. Because I mean, there's a lot of times that Amy would tell me stuff that I'm like, I don't like how you said that to me. Like, and it did feel like an attack, but at the same time, I know where Amy's heart is with her coming to me like that. I know where her heart is, and I have to take that into consideration. Your emotions will run you if you allow them. It's easy to be mad at somebody if they call you down for something that you already kind of were triggered and knew you needed to be called down. It's easy. It's like, she's like, I know that you're a very blunt person, but just like dial it back like 3 notches. It's okay. It's fine. Like, totally get it. I'm mad too, but like, cut it all back. You know what I mean? Like, but I feel like whenever you really relate to somebody, you can take that and take it with a good, like, constructive criticism. It doesn't have to be about attacking somebody. It can literally be I'm trying to help you. I know how this works, and I've been there, and I feel like I relate to that. We're going to fix it this way. Or, I don't know what you need to do to fix it, but maybe you need to spend some time with yourself to fix it. So it can totally be that way. I love that comment. That was kind of my mindset thing for today. But I do also want to, I had another little note, and before I get off of here, I want to talk about that just a second with y'all. It's more on the social media end of it, but we're not going to like focus on that. I want you taking all of this and showing up and the lack of action and all of these things that we all have struggled with at some point or another. I want you to look at your profile today as your interview with your potential promoters and customers. If you wouldn't show up on your profile to an interview looking like what it looks like, I want you to fix it. I want you to go on there and look. There's a spot in your like your settings and stuff where you can go on there and you can say like view as. I want you to click that and view it as what your people would look at it like. I want you to go through there, and if you've been sharing a lot of things, you're hurting your algorithm. So let's clean that up. I don't want you to share other things from other people. If you are going to share it, put it on your story. And I want you to kind of go through there and look and see what value you're actually adding to other people. And is that value that you're wanting to add authentic to how you portray yourself? Because you got to know that some of these people know you in real life. And they're going to be like, wait, what? You don't want to talk about either none of y'all have done this, but I'm just using this as an example for the recording, but the baby mama drama, the baby daddy drama, the this or that, you don't want to focus on that a whole lot on your stuff, because this is an interview. If you wouldn't show up to an interview and say these things to your potential boss or whatever, or if you were going to hire somebody, you wouldn't talk to them that way, then don't put it on there. If you can't look at it and say on your post and say, is this influential? Is this valuable? Is this resourceful? Or is this educational? Or is this entertainment? You probably need to let it go. Sharing a whole bunch of stuff from other pages and that kind of thing is really, really fine if you want to do that and like show a person, but share it to like their messenger thread and open up that message. You know what I mean? It kind of gives you like a in to talk to people whenever you send them something funny through Messenger. Don't share it on your page, share it on Messenger, or share it in your story. So, does anybody have anything that they want to add? Anything they want to talk about? Questions? Concerns? I like that we're figuring out this chat stuff because I forgot that existed. I like that. So, we're good. I hope y'all have an amazing Monday. I hope that y'all add value to whatever is going on around you in your life, on your Facebook, all that good stuff. And I hope that you talk to a lot of people today and build that relationship with them and really take this serious, because your business is serious. It can pay you serious if we get serious. And I feel like that's what this is doing. We keep having more and more people show up and show out, and that makes me happy. And I'm so, so thankful that we just decided to start doing this. Ugly, no matter what it took, no matter, if stuff is going on around us, whatever. I'm super thankful that we're diving in and working it out and making it work. I'll have this recording available for y'all. I'll post it in the group. I would absolutely love it if you wanted to share it with other people. And I love y'all. And I hope y'all have a great week. We're going to see each other at the same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
Love y'all.